Hey everyone! Recently there has been another Raku Spa collab, and so I found some time and I went to visit it. For those who don't know, Raku Spa is just like a super sento chain where there are like many activities you could do inside. Of course the main attraction is the indoor onsen, but other than that you could also find the food area as well as like relaxation activities such as a manga area or like a work area, or you could even get like massages there. I've covered the Hololive edition before and it's really similar, but this time around it will be for the Gen 1 edition. So the one I went to before is the Kanda store, and so I decided I wanted to check out like a different area to experience maybe something different. This time around I chose the Fuchu one, which is on the west side of Tokyo. I think it's about 20-minute train ride from Shibuya. You can see in the footage that I've been playing, and I really think like this area is super interesting. It feels very newly renovated, and there's like a lot of people, but not like as much compared to like Shinjuku and Akihabara. You can still feel the liveliness in the area, which is really nice. So by the time I post this video, the collab would have been over, but the collab itself ran from March 27th all the way to April 23rd. When we first entered, we were greeted by the banners of the first gen members, and like any Super Sento, we take off our shoes, put them in a shoebox, and then there's a key on it so we lock it up, and we take the keys to the counter. I'll spare you the details, but basically you pay for the onsen fee here, and then during the collab period you can also choose like if you want to get like the Hololive special set, which costs a little bit more, but it includes like a little gacha towel. I got this set for the Hololive one before, but I ended up not using the towel, so this time around I just decided to just like pass on the set as a whole. But yeah, once we pay for everything, we can head towards the onsen and have a really nice and relaxing time. You could of course go to the food area as well as like the reading area or whatever you want, wherever you want. There are also like Hololive panels here and there, and yeah, you can take pictures of them. I have covered the details of the manners and the rules and things like that in my previous Raku Spa video, so if you're interested in that, please do check it out. But to save time, I'll just skip those details here. Obviously we can't film the onsen area because there are like naked people inside, so I'll just give you like the brief rundown on like what's in the onsen. During the collab, it is separated into 4 time periods, and it just means like there's a special onsen for each of the Gen 1 member that is representative for that time period. Because this collab is really short, each of the members don't really have like a long date. I think it's like less than a week where they're the representative members. But I decided to visit during the Matsuri period since she's still my favorite Gen 1 talent, of the ones that's remaining of course. So the image I've been showing is from the Raku Spa official Twitter account. Basically this special onsen is just an onsen which they change the color of the onsen water to their representing members' color, and they added like a special smell to it. So for Matsuri is the apricot smell. I'm not a big fan of the smell, to be completely honest, but it's really interesting to see like orange onsen water. The image I have on screen looks really orange, but being there myself, it wasn't like close to this orange at all. As for the other members, we got Fubuki with the fragrant olive, and Aki with jasmine, and Hachama is the rose smell. They also got like a sign hanging just by like the special onsen, and it just talks about the concept of the onsen, or like the onsen water, and yeah, like a basic introduction of who Matsuri is, or whoever the talent is. There's not really a lot to talk about the onsen part, basically that's the only collab thing in the onsen. But I do think like if you've never tried onsen, it's definitely something like you should try, even if there's like no Hololive collab. It's really cool to see like in the middle of a busy city, you could find like these kind of indoor onsens, and honestly I feel like when you go into these kind of super sentos, time really just like slows down. Anyways, let's talk about the food area next. So the collab menu this time around we got has quite a few interesting options, and each of the members has their own themed food and drinks. I decided to go for the Matsuri omurice hamburg dish, and with a side of the Hachama's soda citrus juice. was also just browsing like the general menu, because you could also order that if you don't want the collab stuff. And I found this tame ningen fries, which I decided to give it a try. And the fries was actually really good. I really like it. It's probably not healthy because they added like a bunch of spices, but it tastes very flavorful. If you ever go to any of the Raku Spa, even after the collabs, they should still have it there. And they also sell the spice in the in-store shop if you want to, buy it and take it home. But back to the collab foods, as always, it was a little bit pricey, but the food was actually pretty good, I think. The portion may be a little small for the price, but we also got like a random novelty coaster for ordering the food. So each of the drinks give one coaster, and then the main dishes give you 2 coasters. And unfortunately for me, I pulled 3 and then I got a dupe of the Hachama one. So there are actually 2 special menu items which has a limit on them. We got Aki's 1 kilogram karage, which costs a whopping 3,850 yen. And it says 1 kilo, but I think it's like all you can eat, or until 1 kilo, which is a lot. We also got another special item, which is the Matsuri high calorie donuts and whipped cream dessert. I really love donuts and I love like fried chicken and all that, but I just feel guilty for eating like that much, so that's why I passed on them this time. But yeah, I just want to specifically mention these 2 dishes because they're the unique dishes of the collab this time around. Another area that I want to give a brief mention to is the recreational area. It's got like a bunch of mangas you can borrow, and there's also like desks for working, as well as like little napping areas if you choose to use them. There's also even a small arcade here. Around this area they also have the little small Hololive panels scattered all around as well. And of course we also got the goods area, which is just by the check-in and check-out counter where we entered. You can just grab whatever goods you want and just pay on the way out. So even though we paid when we came in, there's like additional costs such as like the money we spent in the restaurant on the food, as well as the goods that we pick up, and yeah, we still need to pay for that since when we enter we only pay for the onsen fee. So one thing I noticed that might be a little bit different this time around is like the goods this time around wasn't sold out comparing to the last time. So last time as in like the Hololive collab that I went to. It could just be like Gen1 is just less popular, or maybe like the location I went to has like less fans around compared to the Kanda one, which is right beside Akihabara. But yeah, I was able to pick up everything I wanted. So not a lot of stuff this time around. Of course I got the Matsuri acrylic stands. It's the same design, but it's just like 2 different outfits, if you could call this an outfit. But yeah, I got the Matsuri ones. This is a little random gacha acrylic stand that I got as well. And yeah, let's just open it up and see who we get. Oh, Aki. You can see like the little yukata outfit. And I just think like all 4 of the members, so Fubuki, Matsuri, Hachama, and Aki, it's just like super cute, their little yukata outfit. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I got for the goods this time around. Thank you for watching. Overall, even though I went to the Hololive one before, I think I really enjoyed my experience more this time around. It's just because like I just like the Fuchu location better. It's not saying like the Kanda one is bad, but it's more so like I prefer places where there's just like less people and less crowd. And as I've said before, if you've never tried onsen before, the first choice would obviously be like an authentic one, so like the ones in Ryokan. But these are kind of pricey, so if you're like low on budget or if you don't have that much time and you can't get out of the city, then I just highly recommend just going to one of these super sentos. They're in like a lot of the big stations, big areas, big city areas, so they're pretty easy to find and pretty easy to access. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you could hit the like button. I make videos similar to this on my channel, so if you're interested in VTuber related event vlogs, goods unboxing, or like event overviews, I would greatly appreciate your support if you could hit the subscribe button. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.